Hello and welcome back. The next approach we are going to learn about with regards to string interpolation or variable substitution is known as str format, and you will know why it is called str format very soon. I have created a file called strformat.py, and this is where we are going to write our program. This time around we are going to write a program that will welcome somebody and ask you if you would like a certain type of drink, okay? And so we will store the name of the person in a variable, the name of the drink in a variable, and then we will use the str format approach to construct a string on the fly and do variable substitutions also. All right, so as usual, let's say full name, and we are going to use our good friend Moon Tiger. And let's say the drink is going to be, let's say, grape juice. So grape juice. Okay. All right. Now we want to learn how we can use the str format approach to do variable substitutions in the creation of a string. Okay. So I'm going to say message is equal to, and look at what I'm doing here. This is different from what we learned about in the F strings, but this is also another preferred way of doing variable substitution or string interpolation in Python. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open and close curly brackets here. We met the curly brackets in the F strings, but in the F strings, we placed the name of the variables in the curly brackets. Now we are not going to do the same. We can just use empty curly brackets, and these stands for placeholders. It means in the place of this starting and ending curly brackets, there is going to be some value here. Okay, so I'm going to bring that, and then I will say would you like some this. So we have a placeholder, the first placeholder, which is delimited by the curly brackets, and then we have the next placeholder, which is also delimited by the curly bracket. Now, how do we provide the values that have to be substituted in this in the places of these placeholders? Well, every string has a function or a method called format, okay? And the way we invoke functions on data types is to bring dot and the name of the function. And so we have to say dot format, okay? Once you bring the dot format, you need to provide in the right order the values that you want to be substituted in place of these placeholders. So think of the placeholders as empty boxes in which you are going to fit some values in the future. Well, when we call the dot format function, we are actually in the future, and so it is time for us to provide those values that have to be substituted in place of these placeholders. So the first thing I want to substitute in the first placeholder, and remember that over here the order matters. So the first thing I want to substitute is the full name. So I'll say full name. And the next thing I want to substitute for the next placeholder is drink. So I'll say drink. So what is going to happen is Python is going to construct a string, and in place of the first placeholder, which is delimited by the curly bracket, it is going to put the value of the full name variable. And the same thing is going to apply for the next placeholder. It is also going to put the name of the drink over there. So let's print this. I'm just going to print message. So remember, we could have done this directly in the print statement, or we can do it the way I have done it by storing it as a string into the variable message and printing out message. It depends on how verbose you want your program to be. So I'm going to save this and I will run this. So I'm going to do Python 3, and then I will run strformat.py. So you can see that it says Moon Tiger would you like some grape juice? Well, let's put a question mark there so that it looks nicer, okay? All right, so if I come down here and I run the program again, you can see that it says Moon Tiger, will you like some grape juice? Because it is going to read the values from the full name and the drink variables and substitute it in place. So this is one way of using the str format, and we are not done with it yet. I am going to continue with the str format in the next video, where we learn another way of doing it that is going to give you more control. So let's take a quick pause and I will see you soon in the next video.